Harry Daghikian Jr. was an American physicist who joined the Manhattan Project in 1944, which led to the creation of the first nuclear bombs. On the 21st of August, 1945, he participated in an experiment with a plutonium core and tungsten carbide blocks. These blocks were used as neutron reflectors, directing them back into the nucleus to bring it closer to the state of criticality, the point from which a self-sustaining nuclear reaction begins. The reflectors did work, but their number had to be strictly controlled so as not to exceed the safe level. Realizing that adding another block could be dangerous, Daghikian tried to pull his hand away, but accidentally dropped the block directly on the core. As a result, an uncontrolled chain reaction began. He immediately tried to remove the block, but could not, and to stop the reaction, he had to disassemble part of the structure. This led to the fact that he received a huge dose of radiation, 5.1 sieverts. Daghikian became the first victim of nuclear experiments, and his injuries were described as burns penetrating to the bones. He fell into a coma and died 25 days after the accident. Aleksandr Lelechenko was a shift supervisor at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Pripyat when the fourth reactor exploded on the 26th of April, 1986. His responsibilities included managing the plant's monitoring systems and ensuring the safety of cooling processes. After the explosion, he discovered that water was still flowing into the reactor, which could have led to even more catastrophic consequences. If the molten nuclear fuel came into contact with water, it could trigger a massive steam explosion that would release even more radioactive materials and lead to destruction in the surrounding region. To prevent this threat, Lelechenko had to manually turn off the water supply pumps. However, the areas he needed to get into were so radioactive that the radiation levels exceeded the limits that the dosimeters could detect. Realizing the deadly danger, he nevertheless went down into the contaminated water 3 times. According to some accounts, after the first day of work in the high radiation zone, he simply returned home and had dinner with his wife, and then went back to the station to continue working. He remained at his post until his condition worsened so much that he had to be hospitalized. He died less than 2 weeks after the disaster.
That you will manage to click on the next video before the time runs out. You lost.